Elephants in the class Proboscidea are very graceful creatures. This little baby elephant is nursing on its mother. They nurse on the mammary glands of the adult female. The mammary glands produce milk, which the babies drink until they are 2 or 3 years old. The male calves nurse more than the female calves. Since the males nurse longer than the females, they are naturally bigger in size. Normally, the female adult only has one calf nurse at a time. Groups of elephants are usually all female. Males tend to leave the whole entire pack when they are around the age of 12 or 15. 3 to 25 members of adult females usually equal about one family unit. The males have no long-term bonds with any of the elephants, but any female will assist with all of the offspring. Elephants are highly smart creatures. They live complex social lives within their families, and they greet each other by sounds and touching each other's trunks. Whenever an elephant dies, they grieve just like a human would. A lot of their emotions are just like humans. Elephants are born with a lot of hair, but as they progressively get older, they lose it. The hair is made of keratin, and it's sparsely around their body. They have hair on their eyelashes and in their ears to keep invading particles from going into their ears and nose and eyes, and it also helps to conserve heat. They also have hair on their tails to keep flies away. All mammals are endothermic, but elephants use a special way to keep their body temperature stabilized. They use their large ears to fan themselves when they're hot, and they can also increase their blood flow to their ears to make heat escape out of their ears, and they can also decrease their blood flow to keep heat in. Elephants' teeth are not very sharp because all they eat are plant materials. As you can see, their teeth are rather dull, so they can chew and grind the plants. But their tusks are also considered their upper incisors. All mammals have a 4-chambered heart. The heart is responsible for pumping blood throughout the blood vessels by repeated rhythmic contractions. The heart is composed of cardiac muscle, which is an involuntary striated muscle tissue. The heart lies in the anterior part of the body cavity, dorsal to the gut. The 4 chambers are the left and right atria and the left and right ventricle. The 4-chambered heart has a closed circulatory system that ensures all the blood that passes through the heart is oxygenated. The heart of an elephant weighs about 40 to 60 pounds and beats approximately 30 times a minute. Air can enter an elephant's body through 2 spots, the mouth and the trunk. Their lungs have a unique lung physiology. They don't have a pleural space between the lung and chest wall. A pleural cavity is filled with connective tissue. Their lungs are attached directly to the diaphragm and chest wall, allowing to greater vacuum pressure for sucking water through long trunks while drinking. And now we are going to transition from Proboscidea to Rodentia. Most rodents have around 12 mammary glands positioned on their abdominal for their young to drink milk from. Unlike elephants, several young can suckle at one time. When the young are done feeding on their mother's milk, the mother tends to feel unattached to them. Rodents have incisors, and they only have 2 above and below. They don't have any canines, and they have no more than 2 premolars on each side on the top, and only 1 on each side below. They use these sharp-looking incisors to cut open seeds and nuts, and these back teeth to grind. Differentiation in rodent hair depends on where they live. This squirrel lives in southwestern United States where it's mostly hot, and this squirrel lives in cooler climates such as Minnesota. There are several different uses for a squirrel tail. like communication, balance, and even as a blanket during the colder winter months. Squirrels and other rodents have a complex set of lungs that are pumped by two sets of muscles. They use their strong chest muscles to pull air in and push it out. They use a muscular wall separating two cavities that contracts, pulling the bottom of their chest cavity downward. This increases the cavity size. This allows fresh air to rush into their lungs. Rodents also have a four-chambered heart that uses cardiac muscle to pump blood through blood vessels and make sure that the rodents' bodies are oxygenated. Rodents' hearts are much smaller than elephants', as you may have guessed. They range from the size of a baby's fist in squirrels and about the size of Thomas Jefferson's head on a nickel in mice. The average heart rate for rodents is about 320 beats per minute.
Whoa, buddy!
Rodents are also endothermic, so they can keep their body temperature constant. In the winter, cold months, they use their thick fur to keep themselves warm. In the summer, they still have thicker fur, so they just stay in their little holes in their trees under the shade to stay cool.